And do you know, some people just are never satisfied. Not only do they want a backup, but they want compression whilst we do the backup. Thankfully, that's not too much of a problem. If we want to use gzip compression, we can use the option -z. Using lowercase j, we use bzip2. And if we use uppercase j, we're using the extreme compression. So come on, why don't we dive out to our command line and take a look at creating our backups with compression. Did somebody mention backups with compression? Come on, we need to get into this. It's going to be easy though. So if I use the tar command, we are creating a brand new archive so we can have all of our separate archives as different files. So using -z, we're using gzip compression, and I can point through to the file, but this time we're pointing through to doc.tar.gz. So we're creating a brand new archive, but it's going to be zipped up with gzip compression. And of course, we need to specify what we want to archive. So this is where we must put in then our source of our backup, USR, share, and doc. I can give the big enter key a go there, and we know that this was relatively quick. So it happens nice and quick. And when I look at my file, so ls-lh, and I can go through and look at doc.tar. If I use tab completion here, I've still got my original backup. We're not overwriting that. And then, of course, I've got my new zipped up archive. And we can see that that is the same size as we gained before. The files are the same. The compression algorithm is going to be the same. So the output is going to be the same. Well, okay, let's go back up with our arrow key. And let's change this to the lowercase j. So we're using our bzip2 algorithm. We can change the file extension to bz2. And we know this is going to take a little bit longer, but not too long. So that now has completed. And of course, when I start listing my files, maybe a good idea would be to be listing doc.tar and asterisk, so we can see the original doc.tar that we created earlier. But now we've got our two new archives, and we can see their size. Well, okay, let's go through now and use the uppercase J. This is representing our extreme compression. So .xz for our extension. And we know that this is going to take a little bit longer, 11 seconds or so, but we are also going to get the 20 meg file. So it's looking like that is now completed. And of course, when I list all of those doc.tar files now, we can see them listed 51 meg, 25 meg, 26 meg, and 20 meg. So this is a great comparison. Now, of course, I could have used the time command as well, but we chose not to. We already knew roughly the time. The nice thing is, though, that if I want to extract or verify the archives, I don't need to use the compression switch because it can tell from the file type what type of file this is. So if I look at the extreme file, I don't need to put in the uppercase J. It detects from the file type the type of compression to use. And I can demonstrate that to you. Let's go through and look at the file command. The file command is used to identify a file type, and this is by reading header information from the file. And we can see when we look at that file that it's XZ compressed. If I look at the BZ2 file, it's bzip2 compressed, and we shouldn't be too surprised if I go through and look at the GZ file, then it's gzip compressed data. I can also go through and look at the .tar file. Now, this is not compressed, but it tells me it's a POSIX tar archive. So the file command is a really useful tool to be able to identify the type of file that you are looking at.